It's about how to do things, how to work. What, when you commit, the first thing when it comes to work, it is first to commit willingly to it. There cannot be such thing as working efficiently against your own will. So the first thing, the first very obvious thing is to commit willingly to a vision or a goal, even if it's not yours, even if you're employed. If you're employed, you must be responsible for this. You make the choice to be employed, and you must willingly commit to do what this choice implies. Otherwise, you're gonna suffer so much. It's gonna create inner duality, and you're gonna suffer, and you're gonna strive and struggle until the burnout, and everything will become pain for you. So first thing is to be aligned with what you do. Whatever you choose, it's okay. Whatever you choose to commit for, just be aligned with this. This is the very first thing. It is not the highest goal. It is the most basic requirement when we do something. To be aligned with this. To be willing to do it. So once you've chose to commit to a goal, to a vision, to a way, and that you have to do all the tasks that this implies, you must do them properly. For your own sake, I mean, you must do things properly for your own and for the common interest. So you commit to that vision, and this means you're gonna invest your time, your energy, and your life. Part of it, but there is an amount of your life that you invest in this willingly, and then you must do things properly. The only way, what it means to do things properly. First, of course, the external results of your action must there must be some result towards the goal. There must be some work done, basically, and done as well as you can. But this is not the only dimension to what means doing the job properly, because if you do the job, and even if externally it is fairly well done, but if inside, by doing this, you lose yourself, you get completely de-energized, you get completely overwhelmed, you get completely stressed out. This means you haven't done the things properly. Because doing things properly means you go through the process of doing it without losing your inner peace. If you're unable to do a job without losing your peace doing it, just don't. Just don't do it. It means it's too much for you. It's too much for you at this given moment. It doesn't mean that you're worth nothing and it's too much for you. No, no. In these current conditions, in this very moment, it is too much for you. Because you cannot do it without staying untouched, without remaining peaceful, without remaining yourself. So this doesn't mean you necessarily have to stop doing it. It means you have to settle the right condition inside you to be able to go through it peacefully, by maintaining a certain peace, by going untouched through it. Because if you don't do it, if you're going to go around and you're going to create problems, you're going to create friction, your inner stress is going to spread. You're going to lose your clarity. So you must settle inside yourself the right conditions to be able to do it, to run through it peacefully. Which means if you commit a certain amount of time to a certain vision, certain job, it means that when you go out of this, you can carry on the next thing. You don't have to go in a retreat for 3 years or to completely rest and recharge for a month because you're completely out of energy and completely burned out. No, you just start to commit to one thing, you go through it, and when it's done, you leave it. And you can carry on the next thing the next day, because you are untouched. This is what it means to do things properly. So for this, you need to settle yourself. Because if at this given moment you are not settled enough, it simply means that at this simple moment you are doing too much. You are overdoing compared to what you are able to do. Because losing inner peace is the worst thing that can happen. If you lose your inner peace, you're gonna bring your mess everywhere you go. And it's gonna spread on everybody you touch. Everybody you hang on with. So you must be able to run through things effortlessly, peacefully. So for this you must settle yourself. Or settling yourself, what it means, or how to do it. You must have the right. You must have the adjusted and aligned lifestyle. So eat the right food, have the right amount of sleep, the right amount of physical activity, a stable enough mastery over your mind, so it's about taking care of yourself, basically, body and mind. So bodily, you eat correctly, you maintain your body correctly, and mind, it means you give some space to your mind not to run crazy and to overwhelm you. So this basically means meditation. If you do these things in an adjusted way, you're gonna be able to run through what you have to do peacefully, untouched. If you're unable to do it, just don't. It is too much for you. Because if you run for too much, it's very much like going in a road trip without having checked properly your car. If your car is in bad conditions and you go for a road trip, at every corner there will be a problem. But if you settle your car, you fix your car, in an aligned and adjusted way, after this you can go for the road trip. If it's a 1,000-kilometer road trip, if your car is well settled, there will be not a single problem. You arrive, you jump out of the car, and you jump on the next thing, untouched. If you're unable to do this, you are going to be a pain for everybody around you. And if everybody in a company is like this company is a pain for humanity and for everybody inside. And if you are managing people and you are like this, you're going to be a pain for the people you managed. So the first thing is to settle and to manage yourself, to be able to do things properly, which means do things properly in the external result with maintaining a decent level of peace inside.